Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And that's exactly what happened on May 4th at DCCW's May of Mayhem at the Baker County Fairgrounds. May 4th will forever be remembered as the Baker County Screwjob. You see, it was scheduled for the Big Man Nation versus the Legion of Pain. The team of the Ghetto Superstar, Battling Bill Weaver, and the Thoroughbred Seth Daniels versus the Legion of Pain. Pretty Boy Pitbull Shane Miles, Prince Handsome, and of course yours truly, El Nino. Of course, accompanied by the rest of the Legion of Pain, El Acusador, Embracado, and the newest member of the Legion of Pain, The Reason, Warren Sanders. Which, by the way, on a side note, we appreciate you taking care of that Caribbean kid for us. But back to the task at hand. So, as I mentioned, it was a 3-on-3, and boy were we dominating. It was almost embarrassing, honestly. We took over the match. We were completely breaking down the Big Man Nation. We were tossing and turning Seth Daniels. We knew he was their strength because he was going to carry those two old geezers. They were not going to do anything, so we broke him down. That was the plan. That was the strategy, and that's exactly how we executed it. And right before we're about to finish it, because we're merciful, and we're like, you know what? Enough is enough. Let's go ahead and just call it a day. Put Big Man Nation behind us. Let's go forward with bigger and better things. Maybe a title scenario and whatnot. But no, what happens? Just as we're about to put, in this case, I believe Steve, the Ghetto Superstar, was in the ring. Just as I was about to put him away, who walks down the aisle? JoJo. Who? Exactly. You shouldn't know that name. You shouldn't know who he is. But for the sake of conversation, let me just, I guess, enlighten you. JoJo is a dumb-witted, fedora-having, cape-wearing, that's right, I said it, cape-wearing grown man who is the color commentator for DCCW. You heard me correctly. The color commentator. So why is the color commentator not commentating, and why is he coming down the aisle? Coming down the aisle is for professional wrestlers. But anyways, I'm confused. I'm looking at Kyle Weaver, the referee. Looking at him like, what's happening? There's a JoJo coming my way. So as I'm trying to process that, I'm getting on Steve Pender. All of a sudden, Steve, he hits me with a couple of elbows, throws me for a fall-away slam. I'm a little dazed. But I see in the corner of my eye JoJo reaching for a tag, and I'm thinking, are they confused? Is he confused? What's going on here? JoJo was not scheduled as a wrestler in this match. He wasn't competing. I mean, as far as the contract was concerned, it was 3-on-3. I mean, that's what contracts are for, so that way there's no any kind of miscommunication. It was clearly 3-on-3. So all of a sudden, Steve makes the tag. JoJo comes in the ring. So now I'm thinking, easy win. The moment he puts his hands on me, it's over. Referee Kyle Weaver has to disqualify him. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll just lay here. I'm already fully recovered. I'll just wait till he touches me. So what happens? JoJo hits the ropes. He hits, I think what he yelled out was a people senton, whatever that is. He barely hits it, but it was enough for him to make contact with me. So I'm thinking, I'm looking at the ref like, okay, I'm just waiting for the waving of the finger. Ring the bell. That's another point for us. Another win. We're done with the Big Man Nation finally. All of a sudden, JoJo goes for the pin. I'm like, okay. Kyle counts 1, 2, 3. And I'm still confused. why wasn't JoJo disqualified? Now, as the dust settled and I was walking back, it all kind of came to me. Now, I'm not a superstitious person. I'm not the type of person that kind of buys into conspiracy theories, but this one pretty much fit the bill. Think about it. Bill and Steve, as senile as they are, they knew that Seth could only keep up so much. They could only use his youth for so long until it all came crashing down. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what the plan was. So they needed something else. They needed a leverage, a surprise. And that something else, and that surprise was a JoJo. But then you have to ask yourself, how did they get away with it? It was scheduled, it was promoted. The contract that we signed was a 3 versus 3 match, not a 4 versus 3. Not that that would have made a difference, but it would have been nice to know ahead of time. So you start to think, who are the key players in this? Then it all becomes very clear. See, the Ghetto Superstar Steve Pender is the promoter of DCCW. Kyle Weaver is the son of Battle and Bill Weaver. Kyle Weaver being the referee of the match. And JoJo, not a professional wrestler, is an honorary member of the Big Man Nation. Now, whether that was his official debut or not remains to be seen. But the fact is, that makes sense. You see, when we signed that contract, we were under the impression that it was a 3 versus 3. And since Steve and Bill knew that Seth could only do so much, they needed a little something. So something tells me afterwards, they just kind of wrote it in. A little clause, a little cliff note that they would have a 4th man. Now, whether they told Kyle ahead of time or not, I don't know. Was he in on it? Clearly, because it didn't faze him that JoJo was there. There was no confusion as to, wait, there's only supposed to be 3 people, not 4. So the bottom line is this. Big Man Nation, you might have gotten a cheap win using underhanded tactics to win this war by burying us. But the fact is, you've only made this personal. You see, the Legion of Pain is far from over. We will grow strong because of this, and we will regroup. You see, you might have stabbed us in the back, but I'll look at you right in the face and shoot you between the eyes. I'm El Nino, and you will subscribe.